River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Dan, here along with James. James, say hello.
What's up, Niner Nation?
We're here on Victory Monday. Well, we're taping this on Monday. We know we played on Thursday, but our schedule, we have to still tape on Mondays. That's more my mandate. But anyway, that's beside the point. We are in the midst of having a nice 10-day break after throwing the gauntlet at the New York Giants. We beat them to the tune of 30-12. James, did you notice that this is the third consecutive game that we have scored exactly 30 points?
I didn't really take notice, but yeah, I mean, I guess 30 points should win you an NFL game for sure. Your defense shouldn't give up more than 30 points, really more than like 22 or something. So the Niners, once again, I mean, kudos to that defense. Brock Purdy against the blitz. Who knew he was that good against the blitz?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I was going to say one last thing about the defense. The defense, kind of like how last year we weren't giving up first half touchdowns. This year, we have only given up one second half touchdown in 3 games, which is the one that we gave up this week after that comical series of errors that let Matt Breida go into an easy touchdown. But yeah, no, the defense starts out a little soft. Lets the offense tip their hand a little bit. At least that's kind of the way that Steve Wilks has been seemingly playing this season so far, in which we're still so early in the season. I'm not that worried. We're still, we are taping in the middle of 2 games, so it's not official yet. But I think after tonight, we'll still be the 4th or 3rd best overall defense somewhere. We're top 5. We're not number 1, but we're definitely top 5 still.
I mean, scoring defense. I mean, now that Dallas gave up 26 points, scoring defense, you should be right up top with them or close to it, right?
We should be number 1 or number 2. I'd imagine we're probably still going to be number 2 just because they gave up so little at the start. But yeah, no, we're still going to be number 1 or 2 in rushing, number 1 or 2 in scoring, and then passing. We give up a little bit in the first half, but it's to clamp in on the second half. So, I mean, in real time, we play much better to close out a game than we do in the start, and that just screws you over statistically. So I think we're going to be, 15th or 14th in passing still. But, still top 5 overall defense. Our unit really hasn't, if we've taken a step back, it's maybe like a marginal, splitting hairs 1 step backwards. Because it's kind of hard to keep going up when you were number 1 last year. Not to sound as full of myself as I did there, but your defense was really good last year too. There, I balanced it out.
Yeah. I the defense was impressive.
We held Daniel Jones to under 150 passing yards and the rushers in total to under 50 rushing yards in total.
The Giants didn't have Saquon Barkley, so that's sort of kind of skews the number, but
we didn't let Daniel run either. Daniel, that's his bread and butter, is just bail out of the pocket and get 7 or 10 yards. He ran, I think it was 3 times.
Yeah.
So we kept him in the pocket. Two times for 5 yards.
Yeah. So that's definitely a good day, especially when, the Giants do rely heavily on Daniel Jones getting some yards from scrambling and running. So yeah, kudos to the Niners defense. The Giants, I don't buy into the Giants. I don't believe in them. And so it's not surprising that they got thoroughly dominated by the San Francisco 49ers.
It was 39 minutes to 21 minutes in time of possession. That was incredibly lopsided. There was a few other super lopsided team stats that I could ramble on about, but that was the one that really, if you have the ball for 40 minutes and you don't win the game, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And it was, oh my God, it was so lopsided yard wise too. But anyway, Hufanga got another pick. Good job, Hufanga.
Yes.
Making your case for defensive player of the year.
Yes.
It was a beautiful tip drill. It was off of, I love that play because Ward went in and slapped it out of Darren Waller's hands And then Warner volleyballed it up in the air, and Hufanga grabbed it, had a nice return. Didn't get an illegal forward pass penalty this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, now he's got two
interceptions, I think. Yeah, in 3 games. That's pretty good.
Oh, it's beautiful. The secondary, honestly, like we clamped down on man more. I noticed, like, we didn't want to play soft zone like we did last week. We were just like, we're going to play aggressive. We're going to make them win these catches. That's at least, I can't remember if I think it was Hargrave that said that, but yeah, they wanted to be much more aggressive and play a lot more man this week, and it worked.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa got home, almost made a safety. So that was awesome to see. Hargrave got another sack on his own. Like, Hargrave just paying dividends. He's worth every penny that we paid for him. Does it make you mad watching him in red instead of green this year?
No, Jalen Carter. Come on. Come on. Like, do I want to pay a 32-year-old defensive lineman $80 million when I could get Jalen Carter on a rookie contract who's going to be defensive rookie of the year? That's a no-brainer.
I sent you those odds, didn't I? Wasn't he like minus 600 or minus 300?
No, he was plus 275. But, like, I mean, still, he's the favorite, and he deserves to be the favorite, and he plays a lot of games on national TV. So, yeah, I think he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year because...
he's nasty. I haven't watched as many Eagles as you have, but yeah, he's nasty.
The limited time that he is on the field and the havoc that he wreaks, especially in, like, money downs when, like, the defense needs a stop and could use a sack. Jalen Carter is a wrecking ball. And I can't believe the NFL really let Jalen Carter get to the Eagles. Like, it's unfair. It really is unfair. Like, Jordan Davis has made the progression now and he's even on the field during, passing downs. He wasn't last year. He was only good against the run. And the leap that he has made, guess what? According to Elliott Shore-Parks, credit to him for saying this, is just as good as the Jalen leap from last year. That's how much better Jordan Davis got this year. So I don't miss Javon Hargrave. You can keep him all you want. I got 2 stud young defensive tackles who will be wrecking offensive lines for at least the next 4 years at rookie contracts. So, yeah.
It is impressive. I mean, I'm no offense to our line. I mean, God willing, knock on wood, very hard that everyone stays healthy. No, I don't know. There's not really much else I can really say about our defense. Our defense did so good. So then let's go ahead and talk about the offense, because I remember writing on Twitter that I thought that was the most distress and one of the more shaky performances I've seen Brock have basically ever. Like, the only comparable game was the Seattle Seahawks wildcard game where he was a little very shaky. But luckily, next gen stats showed us that he was blitzed. My God, was it 82% of the time? I think it was. I don't have that photo right in front of me.
I thought it was like 84%. I think it was 84% of the time.
Oh, it was an absurd amount. It literally was a history-making performance in the sense that no one has ever blitzed that much, at least in the history of next gen stats, and I can't find it. Oh well. But yeah, no, it was
over 80%. It was over 80%, and that's insane. I don't know what the Giants are thinking, because blitzing that much is not going to win you a game. I think they were pretty much like, we're going to blitz the heck out of Brock Purdy and see what he does. And if he burns us, he burns us. And yeah, well, his numbers against the blitz were insane. And so,
just looking at his general numbers, like, they're not that much different versus like just the blitz. Like, he was 25 of 37, so not great completion percentage, but he crossed the 300-yard mark for the second time in his career, 2 touchdowns. He only took 2 sacks, and he didn't throw an interception. He came very, very close to. Like, I almost tweeted, he's really trying to throw a pick tonight, but oh my God, George Kittle playing defensive back was great. Debo had to play defensive back once. Ronnie Bell, the rookie, bailed him out of a tip drill that should have been an interception too. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to talk about interception worthy plays, there were more than that. But when you're going to be fair, yeah, the eye test, he didn't look that great, but the passes that did work though, and the talent around him, that all Brock Purdy has to do is I hate calling him this, but be the point guard. I hate calling him that, but all you have to do is play the point guard and get the ball to Kittle, get the ball to Debo, get the ball to Christian, and then all this can happen around him. Like, yeah, you're going to make some mistakes when you're going against the blitz that much, but to see what's going on between his head, not get rattled whatsoever, and the plays that he was still able to get done. He hit Debo so deep for a beautiful touchdown that looked identical to what Brandon's did in week 1. He got Kittle involved. Kittle became the number 2, and he almost had 100 yards. It was like 97 yards. Debo looked like 2021 Debo again, and Christian McCaffrey just still looks like a men among boys every time he touches the ball. And that's even with not Matt Breida. That's even with, oh my God, Elijah Mitchell finally starting to take some touches away from him. It didn't matter. Christian still utterly dominated every time he touched the ball. So again, I hate calling it point guarding, but that's how talented this roster is that even when Purdy has an off night, we can still move the ball pretty well, even if we end up kicking more than we should because our red zone percentage sucked. But I'll let that go. We still won.
Yeah, but I don't know what the Giants are thinking blitzing that much. That's ridiculous. Like, you do that because you don't have a good defense. You don't have good players on defense. And that's what they were trying to make up for. So, yeah, sorry Giants, you're going to suck this year if you keep doing crap like that. So, the 49ers took advantage of that. They did well, 30-12, great outcome, 30 points for the offense, under 13 points for the defense. I mean, that's what you want teams to do. That's what you want your team to do. You want them to be able to score enough to win and hold teams for them not to win. It's really, looking at the teams in the NFC, I think, 49ers, with the way they've looked over, the first 3 weeks, we'll see what, this is recorded on Monday at 7:17. So the Eagles game is going on right now. I don't know how they're doing. So
this is why I love you, because we have adapted the schedule for Niners games, but you're willing to record the Eagles game so we can still tape tonight. Like,
well, I just want people to know, like, when I say this, if you look at, how the Cowboys did against the Cardinals yesterday, if you look at, the top 3 teams from last year in the NFC, and then I would say that the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Niners are the top 3 teams from this year as well. I mean, the 49ers are probably number 1 at this moment. Before the end of the game, the 49ers are there.
It's Cowboys, like our defense, top 3, definitely top 5.
Cowboys, I'm still going to give them number 2, even though they got beat by the Cardinals, just because the first 2 games, they looked extremely well, beat the crap out of teams that they should have. Eagles pretty much haven't really looked that pretty. They haven't had the style points like the Niners and the Cowboys have. So as of 7:18 on Monday night, it goes Niners, Cowboys, Eagles in that order as far as the rankings of NFC teams right now. And I mean, you have to do that. As much as I love the Eagles and they're getting wins, they're not really looking as pretty as, the Niners and the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys did lose to the Cardinals. So that's why the Cowboys are second, so.
Well, it's just making this Cowboys game that much more interesting if we want to think like down the road. I mean, do you have any notes, any last notes on like how you think Purdy handled being blitzed so damn much? Like, or we need to give a game ball to Ronnie Bell, by the way, because Ronnie Bell got his first touchdown as a professional, and he saved that tip drill too, and he made an amazing special teams tackle. what a hell of a way to announce that you're in the league, dude. Ronnie Bell gets a game ball.
Yeah, I do like that. He gets a game ball. That catch for a touchdown. I mean,
he stomped his feet to make sure that they were in.
Yeah, I mean, he was just like, "I'm in, mother."
Oh,
I'm in at first. Yeah, like
that was an amazing catch. That was under, obviously every pass was under duress, but one-on-one, he beat that. I don't know who was on him, but yeah, no, he made his presence felt on that catch.
Yeah, he did. He did have a good game, and I'm willing to be with you and give him a game ball for all of that. So good on Ronnie Bell. I have your rookie card. I'm holding on to it.
But no, I'm just thinking like, Purdy's just, he's got it right between the ears, dude. Like what I keep telling you, like Purdy's brain is his best attribute. Like, no, we could split hairs about how strong his arm is or this or that, or he's still so young, even though he played 55 freaking games in college. Like he's got the best brain. Like,
and here, just so everybody gets this correct, I'm not comparing him to Joe Montana as far as like being the greatest quarterback of all time. But one thing Joe didn't have was the strongest arm. A lot of people throw darts at balloons, but Joe described himself as throwing balloons at darts. And if that's probably what Purdy is, he's probably this guy who's going to just be throwing balloons at dart. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he can put it on a dime where you need it to go under duress. Hey, that's what you need out of a quarterback. And he's those turnover worthy plays. He's still young. This is his 9th, 10th game already in the league. So like turnover worthy plays are going to get better if he continues to work in this offense and put in the work. So I think those will go down eventually as the season progresses. So, Purdy is looking good. The defense is looking good. The offense is rolling with the weapons you all have. So, yeah, 49ers, as of 7/22, are the best team in the NFC right now.
Not that we're counting the minutes. Whoa, what was that? Was that your watch?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Siri must have heard me or something. And
I was going to say, that didn't sound like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can't think of anything else other than before my ad read. Jake Moody still hasn't missed a single kick.
Yes. As I tweeted, Jake Moody came out of the womb, kicked the placenta through the upright hands of the doctor, and hasn't missed an extra point since.
Or a field goal. He's just
a field goal in the NFL. He's missed field goals in college, but he never missed an extra point in college. I looked it up.
Amazing. I'm pulling up he's attempted 9, made 9 extra points on 9 attempts. So,
and if you go back to his college record, he never missed an extra point in college. So tell me the last time he's missed an extra point. Nobody has any records of it. So it must have been at birth. He must have started coming out of the womb knowing how to kick extra points, because this guy hasn't missed an extra point in his entire life. I'm just going to say it because nobody can prove me wrong right now. So
in a week where kicking was clearly important in at least my hometown team's game, where Justin Tucker and Matt Gay took those games down to the wire, and Tucker missed a kick, and Matt Gay, on his 5 kick attempts, 4 of them were over 50 yards, including the game winner. Yeah, I'm very, very happy that Moody didn't turn into Roberto Aguayo, because
yeah.
I've seen enough of our games with Kyle Shanahan. A kicker is very, 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 very important.
Well, right now, John is looking good for using a 3rd round pick on a kicker. That's always a high risk, high reward type payout. Kudos for him for taking the risk. We'll see how it plays out over the course of the season. But right now, Jake Moody is he's perfect, right? That's all you can
Oh,
say. It's
amazing.
perfect.
I mean, luckily we don't have to make him. Luckily, our offense is moving enough that we don't have to put him in really undesirable kicks. And he's only attempted like 150, maybe 240s, but we are trying desperately. Like during the Giants game, I noticed that we stalled out a lot in the red zone. So those, in theory, should just be chip shots. And luckily, again, he made them all. But uh, so yeah, I mean, what'll put him into the Pro Bowls if he makes like the difficult kicks, clearly. But I don't know. Hopefully, our offense can keep him from having to do those dangerous kicks. Not that, at least as of today, knock on wood, he wouldn't miss them. But hopefully, our offense never lets him need to kick further than 40. Like, if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, you hope the offense does well enough to keep him in the under 45 range. But I mean, he will
Really,
get
there's no
tested.
reason we shouldn't, unless we have a
Right.
lot of penalties.
But even so, like right now, you cannot go back and find the last time Jake Moody missed an extra point. I looked. I looked. There's nothing there. So we need some real stat diggers to see what his high school record was like with extra points. Because right now, I am declaring that Jake Moody has never missed an extra point, even going into Pee-wees. That's what I'm declaring, because nobody can prove me wrong right now.
Yes, I love it. I won't go
That's
so far
my
as to,
bit. That's my bit.
I won't go so far as to say let's put him in the Pro Bowl yet, but I mean, who's kicking much better than him besides Matt Gay? I'm just saying. The last thing what were you gonna say?
I mean, Vegas should put an over under, or like put games into the future as to when will Jake Moody miss his first kick in the NFL.
Oh, dude.
Like, could you, like, that would be good betting. Like, casinos, whatever you're doing, if you listen to this show, I want to bet on which game Jake Moody is going to miss his first field goal or first kick. Let's just say first kick, extra point or field goal, his first kick. That would be an insane bet to try to figure that out. And I'm sure Vegas would. That would be fun, right? Let's just look at the schedule, look who they play, and say, oh, maybe this game he'll miss, and put odds on it. I mean, that would be. I mean, if Vegas is paying attention, that's something they should do.
Oh, don't tempt me, and we're already pushing time too. The last thing I'll say about this game, I'll save it for the next one. The last thing I'll say, truly, because I see what time we were at. Deebo Samuel didn't break his ribs, got the wind knocked out of him, a little sore. There's no reason to believe he's not going to be playing this Sunday. Brandon Ayuk would have played this game if it was on Sunday. That was directly from Kyle or John, one of them. Somebody of authority. Brandon would have played this game if it was on Sunday. Thursday was just too fast to turn around. He did not break anything in his collar or his shoulder. They think it's just a sore. They didn't say AC sprain, but yeah, he would have played if this game was on Sunday instead of Thursday. Flanagan Fowles and Dre Greenlaw dealing with ankle things. I haven't heard that either of them are missing any time. We are taping before official practice though, so that might change on Wednesday. But yeah, apparently we got out of the game fairly unscathed. We'll see how Greenlaw and Flanagan Fowles' injuries are. But anyway, that's it for the injury update. I need to tell you guys about Shady Sports supporting us with our partnership with Royal Retros. Save that from being a flub. What is RoyalRetros.com? That is your go-to place to get authentic throwback jerseys. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, you name it. They got all your sports covered. They got teams that don't exist anymore. They got old designs for you if you want to relive some glory days, if your team's not that good right now, if you want to stand out in the crowd. You can do all that with Royal Retro jerseys at RoyalRetros.com. And as a way of showing support to us, you can use the promo code Shady Sports. That's right below me to get 10% off your entire order, not just one jersey, your entire order. Again, that's Shady Sports in the promo code, and that'll get you 10% off of all your jerseys in your order. Do it today. Go to RoyalRetros.com and use the code Shady Sports to get 10% off your order. Go get yourself a retro jersey today, James.
All right, guys. As you all know, if you're a regular viewer, we've taken up a mantle. Recently in the news, we've had the Houston Texans minority owner. We've had the Niners' own CEO doing some bad things. And recently, Jim Trotter has been telling people basically what the NFL did to him and some of the owners, how they tried to silence and quiet him on certain issues that he was trying to bring up with the NFL. So in that regards, we know that players, if they were doing bad things, the NFL will report it on it right away. However, with their owners in all these instances, from Jerry Jones to Jed York and the Houston Texans minority owner, the NFL didn't report on them right away. They actually tried to silence, in the case of Jim Trotter, tried to silence the news from being reported. So that's why we are saying that owner accountability is less than, or owner standards is less than player standards. Hashtag owner accountability. Make that go viral. We have a pin tweet, retweet that, get it out there. And just so you know, we put our money where our mouth is. We are raising money for a Kentucky Crisis Center by selling our t-shirts. Our first t-shirt is basically the statement that I have just given you here. Owner standards are less than player standards. Hashtag owner accountability. $22.99 for that t-shirt. You can get it in different color, different styles, but that is our point, and that is basically what we are trying to say with this campaign. However, if you want something different, you want a really cool t-shirt made by Draft Guru Steve, this is the NFL standoff shirt with Dan Snyder in a standoff with some of the other owners. $22.99 gets you that. We want you to have a cool t-shirt even when donating to charity. This is our podcast logo art. Basically, you'll see this on Spotify or Apple Music when you listen to our podcast. $22.99. Get it in all different styles. And we have it in one color because that's basically what it looks good in. But anyway, just have those in different styles. Next, we have the alternate logo with Niner Nuts, the field goal, and the little peanuts. $22.99 again for t-shirts. Get it in all different styles, all different sizes. Next, and finally, we have the Niner Nut mascot. You guys cannot say no to a peanut, eating peanuts, cheering for the 49ers. Starts at $22.99. All the proceeds go to charities. We make $0 off the shirts.
Yeah, we don't want any money from these shirts. We want you to enjoy the shirts, and we want to help out a cause that's bigger than football. And I'm going to remind you to add in the copy. And I'm not saying this just because we're playing the Cardinals next week.
Oh, wait.
But
I should let you know, to get those shirts that's the website. That's the URL right there. But if it's too much for you to type in, just Google Niner Nuts Apparel Bonfire, and it'll take you right to it. It's the first thing that pops it up, and you'll be able to order those t-shirts.
Yes. And yeah, there's just some things that are bigger than football. Like, we've tried to interview charities on the show before. We couldn't quite get that sorted out this off season because life happened. But but no, this is our way of giving back, and we want to talk about things that are bigger than football when the time is right, like now. And I'm going to remind you to add in your copy, and not just because we're playing the Cardinals this week, but yeah, Michael Bidwell, we've heard the stories about you, and yeah, we're not gonna forget what was reported about you and Steve Keim and what you did that one season.
Yeah.
Listeners, Google it if you don't know what he did, but he deserves to be on this list as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? We're not naive. Probably every single owner deserves to be on this list. Even my own Jeffrey Lurie. He seems like a squeaky clean guy, but there was a blackmail PowerPoint that had stuff on it we don't know about.
It wasn't 29 slides long. It was 30.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, every owner is dirty, and we want owner accountability for it. We're not saying get rid of them all and get new people, because that would just cause more problems and more owners. But we just want the NFL to report on them just like they report on players. That's what we want. And until we get it, until there's more, how you would say it, less anonymity, we want owner accountability.
Right. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Hopefully our little gesture here with the shirts will be a nice little step forward or play a little part in, I don't know, just getting these owners to treat themselves, or the league to treat the owners the way they strictly treat the players. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, James, did you remind everybody where they can listen to us or send us questions in the meantime?
So above Dan's head, we have Twitter, aka X, YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. And then if you want to write into a show, 49ernuts@gmail.com. That's 49ernuts@gmail.com. If you leave us a review, a 5-star review on any platform, let us know, and we will read your review on the air. Every 5-star review will get read on the air. That's 49ernuts@gmail.com or 49ernuts@gmail.com.
Yes. And the only thing that I got for you guys is that just a little reminder that our game is at 4:30 Eastern time. So that's 1:30 West Coast time. We are going to be hosting the Cardinals. It's our second of 3 home games in a row. Not to get too ahead of ourselves, but we'll be on Sunday Night Football in 2 weeks against our rival Cowboys. But yeah, this week it's the Cardinals. They just came off of a big win against the Cowboys, but they're coming over to the Bay. Games against them are always pretty intense. They're going to be riding high. We're going to be riding high too. We want to get to 4-0. I don't know. This game could be pretty exciting. I'm not expecting a beat down, especially because it's an interdivision game, but I can always hope. But yeah, that's going to be a good one. 4:30 on Fox, and we'll see you. Hopefully, join me on Twitter. I will be on there tweeting the game on Sunday the 1st.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for you today. Outro music, River Road, Justin Muth.
Beat the Cardinals. See you tomorrow.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you whine and cry.